What's happening, people? Welcome to the video. I am in Italy and this week we're spending a week in the Dolomites. We've just arrived in Ortazai. It's been an absolute slog to get here. Yesterday I had to drive to Manchester Airport, get a flight, get a train into Milan, train from Milan to Bolzano. We stayed there last night and watched the England game, woke up this morning and we finally just got a bus into the mountains. So we're in Ortazai at the minute. We're heading up the cable car over that way to Alta Suisi, I think it's pronounced, but it's basically huge alpine meadow. It looks amazing, so cannot wait. This town is absolutely lovely. It's a proper little skiing village, and so they're all sort of chalet types, all colourful, and it's just beautiful. Just getting tickets now for the cable car. It's 20 euros just to go up. We're definitely in the mountains. We managed to get a cable car to ourselves. It's really not that busy, and that means one thing, doesn't it, Jess? We're gonna shake it. No! I'm joking. Sorry, I thought it's better to make that joke whilst we're nicely on the ground before we start to get a bit of height. But off we go. Not looking happy. This has got to be the best view I think we've ever had with a coffee. The one in Montenegro was up there, but this tops it. Look at that. It looks absolutely stunning. You can see the whole meadow all the way around there. We'll put some better footage in and drone shots and everything like that once we go to the viewpoint. So I think we're going to go up, I think it's called the Panorama Trail, go up to like the main viewpoint, and then once we get there, that's where I've started the route from for today, and we've got 22 kilometres I think to cover before the place where we're aiming to finish tonight. So it's just absolutely stunning. I'll give you one more look at it. I'm ready for the first sip of Italian coffee for the holiday. I don't know how they do it. I actually don't know how they do it, but it's just so good. Jess has found a little friend. He's the tiniest kitten. So cute. When we were sat having a coffee, he jumped up onto my lap from under the table and gave me the fright of my life. We're just heading into the forest now, and that meadow has been absolutely gorgeous. You can still see the peaks over there. What a morning. The sun's shining. Couldn't ask for better weather right now. Deep into the forest now. We're going downhill quite a lot. It's tough on the knees. The trail is generally pretty clear and free from sort of plants growing across it, so that helps. We're not having to bushwhack at all, which is always good. And I just can't get over the views. Every corner you go around, the view is just amazing. And it's always changing slightly. I can't get enough of it. Stumbled across a water source and the sun is beating down, so I think it's time to filter some water, fill our bottles up. I've just put my hand there and it's so nice and cold. Into the valley now, and it is hot. Just as I said that, the sun's gone in, but it is really warm. I've had to put the sun hoodie up just because I could feel the back of my neck getting burnt. I look absolutely ridiculous, but oh well, needs must, I guess. And look at these. There's some alpacas. Oh bless them, they've been absolutely scalped. There's loads of them. There's a dog in there as well who sounds quite angry, so I think we'll move on. However, there is a very cute dog over there. Wow. Ooh, they don't smell good. Coming up to our first pit stop of the day. We're passing through one of the towns in the valley, so we thought stop, get coffee probably, maybe get some water, Ideally we could do with finding a camping shop or an outdoor shop that sells some camping gas, so that we've got that for tonight. So fingers crossed. This is exactly why we came into the town. Cheers. It's admin time now, so we're in the town getting some supplies from the supermarket, and ideally we want to find some gas so that we don't have to have a cold dinner. So fingers crossed, let's see how we get on. That's food sorted. Now the more challenging element of it is getting gas, but we've seen a sign over there. We've seen a sign just across the road that says top of trekking, which to me, as long as the shop's open, we should be able to get gas there. So let's see what there is. I just hope it's open. Very short-lived excitement there because that one's short. Short at 12, it opens again at 4, and looks like we're not getting gas from there. So keep wandering up here. We're tempted to get the bus to the next town rather than walking between the two, because realistically we're just in the valley anyway, so it is just going to be sort of walking down kind of next to the town. So we may as well just cut a little bit of distance off, because we have got quite a lot of distance today. Keeps Jess happy, keeps me happy as well, to be fair. I wouldn't mind being able to stop a little bit more. The camping gas saga continues. We've just been into Intersport, who didn't sell it, but they said if we go over the roundabout and there's a supermarket there, and in his words 100% they sell it. So let's hope he's right. Another shop, another one shot. I'm losing a little bit of hope here. Admin sorted, we've got some gas. Unfortunately it is a little bit big. I was hoping it'd be able to fit inside my cooking pot, but I think it's probably too big for that, but it's okay. We've got some. It means we can actually cook dinner tonight and not have to have something that's cold, so that's all good. We're cheating again, and we're getting a gondola because we don't want to walk uphill. I really didn't fancy walking probably like 600 meters of elevation to get to the top of there. So 17 euros, worth every penny. Once we get to the top, we've got 5 kilometers downhill, and then we're at the campsite. I think this is the happiest I've seen Jess all day. Off the gondola and at the top of Gardena Pass, and this is just insane. Look at that. You've got a valley that way, and this is just unbelievable. There's so many people here on mountain bikes as well who are just getting the gondola up and then whizzing down and then probably doing the same thing, which I'm pretty jealous of that, to be honest, but I mean, I can't complain. This is amazing. Look at that. I don't know how we thought as well we were going to walk all of this today, because even with the lift and everything like that, we're still going to be getting to the campsite about 6, half 6, so we would have been really struggling if we decided to walk up. So it was a very good idea to get that gondola. We're having to cover more distance than we were planning on today, because one of the trails is shut that we had on our route. They're doing some construction, and now it means we've had to take such a long way around, doing a bit of road walking as well, which is never the nicest thing, especially on hairpin roads. And we've still probably got, I don't know, 4 or 5k left. I really don't know, but we're heading down into that valley. We're getting there, but I wouldn't mind being finished, taking these shoes off, putting my feet up and having a beer. Right now that sounds amazing, but we're still a little way off that. We've arrived at the campsite and managed to get a pitch. It's literally just starting to rain, but the views from here are unbelievable. I mean, it's not quite the same as a wild camp, but it does mean we can get the tent up, take our shoes off, sit outside, have a shower, have a beer, and I think it's worth it. So yeah, let's get the tent up. We're happy to take shelter in like, the communal tent things. It's just like, chucking it down. I think it might have stopped now, but like the heavens opened. It was not forecast. Our plan was to go down to the river, try get a hammock up and cook some food down there. We might have to rethink that. Literally every time we try to go out down to the river to go and cook dinner, it starts raining again. So we're still sat here. Here's the current situation. We're having our tea at the campsite. We were hoping to go down to the river, but it felt a bit forced. So we've settled with this. They run a nice bench. Got a nice view. We've got some nice noodles. Can't complain. Morning campers, day 2 in the Dolomites. There was a massive storm last night, in the middle of the night. Proper thunder and lightning, chucking it down for, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour? Like the tent was just shaking as well, which wasn't very nice, but I was kind of glad that we were on a campsite. Don't know how many campsites we'll stay at on this. Obviously, like we went to Cyprus, there's a lot of wild camping, but to be honest, it's just a lot more people here. There are fines if you get caught, so you can find a balance and only really do that if it's really remote. But last night I was glad we were on a campsite. I think if we were high up, which is where we'd have to be if we were wild camping, then I think that storm would have just been horrendous. So yeah, good decision. We were going to get up dead early and get off this morning, but actually we've realised the route that we want to do today would have been about 28k with over 1,000 metres of elevation, and to be honest, time wise I just don't think we'd manage it. And so what we're going to do is we'll sort of get a bus a little bit further down the route, cut out a little bit of the incline as well. Then it means we've got less distance to cover. It's all pretty much downhill today. The bus isn't until 9:40, so we can have a bit of a slow start, dry the tent out, get everything sorted and just crack on, which will be much more pleasant. So that's the plan for this morning. It is a gloomy day in the mountains. Just set off now on our way to Corvara, where I think we'll catch the bus up to the next pass. Cuts out a lot of the uphill, and it just means that this afternoon will be nice gentle walking. I think today though it is forecast for quite a bit of rain, so we'll see what that entails. I guess that is just something you have to accept when you come into places like this. It's just so unpredictable. Yesterday all of that rain wasn't even forecasted, and today it actually is forecasted, so yeah, we'll see what that looks like. But there's a lot of cloud. I'm just hoping that the cloud clears up a little bit for the time that we get up to the pass, so that we can actually have some good views whilst we're up there. I don't mind if like the peaks are covered in cloud because it looks quite cool, but as long as we're not in the cloud, that's all I'm bothered about. But we'll just have to wait and see.
This is a proper little ski chalet refugee thing.
Yeah, I think there's probably not many English people in here. I think this is more locals that come in here, but there's all sorts of weird gift shop items dotted around the place that are all just a bit strange. It's so loud and busy and there's a cluttering about. But we're camping out in here just before we head on onto our walk. We're going to get everything ready, so it's going to rain, to prepare for when it eventually does rain. And that means we'll not have to faff about trying to sort all that stuff out there. This is the route for today. You can see that by getting the bus, we've basically skipped out half of the distance we were going to cover. I think 28k was way too ambitious, and especially with it raining, it would have been horrible if we had to walk through that. So getting the bus was a good idea. It means we can avoid the rain as and when it comes. So 14k to do, 15k to do, not that much. I'm sure we can manage that. It's safe to say we didn't beat the rain, so now we're still at the refugio. I've just checked the forecast and it looks like it could be for quite some time, which is a bit worrying. So I have no idea when we're going to be able to set off. On the bright side, because we're at the top of the pass, it means if we do need to just sack off all walking today and get a bus, then we can at least do so from here. This is where you would change anyway, so you just get it down into the next valley. I hope we don't have to do that, and I hope we can walk. It'd be nice, rather than just spending today just getting buses about, but unfortunately the weather dictates what we can do. walking around a gift shop with a rucksack on, especially one this big, is a risky game. There's a lot of little, very fragile things everywhere, and you need to be very aware of how big your bag is. It could be a day of no walking today because it's just chucking it down. We're going to get the bus to Cortina now if there's room. I don't know what we'll do when we get there, probably go for some food or something and then pick up the walking again tomorrow. It is just miserable. It's meant to do this for the next 4 hours. I can't see us walking through it. We could end up sat here for the next 4 hours and then eventually decide to get a bus anyway, so we may as well just do it now. On the bus successfully. I think this is the right decision. The forecast is saying that it could do this until 6 o'clock, so if that's true, then that would have been a miserable day. We're heading down to Cortina now. Should be there in about 45 minutes. Don't know what the rest of the day is going to look like, but we'll bring you along for it. Also, if you're coming to the Dolomites, then yeah, it would be good to have a hire car, but if you are nervous about driving abroad because you've not done it before, then I wouldn't let that put you off coming here. The public transport is unbelievable. We came here with the intention of walking everywhere, but we still ended up using a couple, and I think if you were relying on them, it'd be absolutely fine. They're cheap, they're quiet, they're on time, they're reliable, like, they're actually, there's nothing wrong with them. And there we have it, we're in Cortina. This was not the way we planned on getting here, but needs must. It's still raining. It is clearer down here. You can see the peaks up there. We've come from over that way. Now, I don't know what the plan is. I think find somewhere inside to start with and basically chill for the rest of the day. Hopefully it stops raining and we can maybe go for a little walk somewhere around here. There's loads of stuff we can do, but for now I can't see the rain stopping anytime soon. There you go, there's another crack of thunder. I think the vlog might be a bit boring for the rest of the day because we're just going to be going from cafe to cafe and bar to bar in Cortina, so when you don't see many updates today, that is why. Hopefully we can resume things tomorrow with more spectacular views and we'll head up to Misurina, but for now, cheers. Just crossing the river now, and from the rain this morning there is now so much water in here. The rivers that were crystal clear and blue are now just horrible brown and so fast flowing. I actually can't believe how much water's in there. It's almost like a chocolate milk consistency by the looks of it. Oh. We're on our way to the campsite now and we've got about, I don't know, half an hour to go, probably less. Clearing up a little bit, which is nice, so hopefully we'll get there in good time, get set up, and if that's the last of the rain for today I would be very happy, but I don't know whether it will be. The sun has come out for the first time today. Yeah, it feels really good. We're about 20 minutes away from the campsite now. Oh, there we go, that's it. Just in a gap in those trees. That's the campsite. That building, I think that says Camping Cortina. Yeah. If the sun stays out this evening, the plan is to get the hammock up somewhere. Maybe by the river if we can get somewhere which you can see it but not too close, because I wouldn't want to be too near that today. Far too much water in it. But this sun just feels amazing. We'll see you at the campsite. Arrived at the campsite and we're putting the tent up this time and the pegs are going in like an absolute dream. When we were putting it up yesterday, it was basically grass on top of gravel, and so we were really struggling, but today it's going up nicely, so I'm confident that it'll be much more pleasant today and we'll be able to get a bit of air under the tent, which will be good, because at the minute it's looking quite wet. It turns out there's a lake not too far from the campsite, so that's where we're heading now. What we're hoping is that there's some trees nice and close to the lake where we can put the hammock up and chill there with a beer, and then maybe cook some food there as well. You can hear I'm a bit out of breath, we're going up a massive hill at the minute, but I'm looking forward to this. This is an absolute game changer. Lying in the hammock next to the lake with the mountains in sight. Can't beat it. Got this hammock for, I think it's about 50 quid online, and it weighs absolutely nothing. It packs down to nothing, so we can put it into our bags without worrying about how much room it is going to take and how heavy it's going to be. And this is the first time we've managed to put it up. We've tried a couple of times to put it up, but we've just never found anywhere that's right. We are actually so stupid. We brought everything up here ready to cook our dinner, and then we brought up 2 bottles of water. This one, which doesn't have much in, as you can see, and this one, which was full, it's now not, but we put a load of squash in it, so now we've got no water to cook our noodles with. And I don't know about you, but I really wouldn't fancy using water from that lake to boil and cook noodles in. So I think we're going to be eating back at the campsite, which is a shame given how stunning it is up here, but I think that's our only option. On the menu tonight we've got teriyaki soba noodles. We had the blue ones yesterday, I can't remember what flavour they are, but they were quite good. So got those cooking now, got 2 packets in there. What have I done here? I've tried to do 2 packets in one go and I'm regretting it now. Look at that, it's already almost coming over the top. I think I might have to turn the gas off and then just leave them to soak. Let's see how we get on with that. I'm not very hopeful. They might have to soak for a little while in warm water as opposed to boiling water. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to burn them onto the bottom of the pot, because that's going to be really annoying and impossible to clean off. So in we go with the herbs and the sauce, and the difficult bit now is we've got to try and mix this up without putting noodles all over the floor, so that's going to be interesting. But what I can see happening is us ending up with some noodles which are covered in sauce and herbs, and others that just have none on there. They're good?
Preferred yesterday's.
I'd agree.
What are these?
Teriyaki?
Quite nice.
Morning on day 3. We're just leaving the campsite now, all packed up, and we were walking past reception and we smelled some fresh croissants, so just in there getting a chocolate croissant now, and we'll get on our way. The goods have been secured. Let's have a look at it.
She's a beauty.
Oh wow. This car. Oh wow, it's filled with chocolate.
The smell of that was amazing. I couldn't not.
Oh yeah, that's a good start to the day. Bit of elevation and a bit of road walking to start the day today. I think it's going to be quite a long uphill. Jess doesn't know that yet either. The plan today though is to go to Lake Misurina. Total it's about 21k walking if we do the full thing. I don't know whether I'll manage to convince Jess to do the full thing or not, but we'll head up out of Cortina now, over sort of into the nice trails, into the mountains, and then drop back down, and then we have to sort of come back up again to Misurina. So we'll walk past the lake, hopefully. But the plan is we can get there mid-afternoon so that we can then go in the lake, have a little swim. We brought stuff to do that, so that'll be really nice. We're still going through the forest now. There's been quite a lot of uphill so far and a few mozzies, which hasn't been particularly pleasant, but I think we've got a little push uphill and then levels out for a little bit, which will be nice. And the forest doesn't seem to be as dense now, so we're getting a little bit more sun in. It feels a bit drier because it's quite wet in there, so I'm hoping a combination of that means there'll be less mozzies. But probably need to have a rest soon because we've been going for quite a while now. Look at this for a spot to take a break. That is unbelievable. It's Cortina down there, that's where we've come from. We were camping somewhere over there I think. But what we're going to do now is we'll make a coffee, but I think we're going to put the hot chocolate sachet in as well, try and make a bit of a mocha. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, we'll have 20 minutes here or whatever just to rest, because we've got a gentler bit now, which will be nice because we have been going uphill quite a lot this morning.
The whole time.
The whole time, as Jess has just pointed out. Stumbled across a dam. The water's quite low though today. I imagine it would have looked a bit different yesterday. I mean, the gate's open obviously, but the river's running clear now. Whereas yesterday it was just like brown slush coming down after the storm. But look at that. It turns out we need to cross this river. So, assessing our options now. We're going to look for somewhere where we can get across and hopefully get dry feet, or failing that, it's going to be just walk straight through it. I'd rather not though, because it looks quite deep and quite fast flowing. I say quite deep, but I mean like above shoe height. There we go, safely across the river. So, heading up that path now. And we'll carry on. That region that we just walked through then is up for sale. 200 grand, which, that sounds like a good deal to me. Put a house there, it's next to the road, which is a shame, but I guess you could build a nice long drive. So we've stopped at a cafe or a mountain hut or something. I think it's probably more of a restaurant. We've got a coffee and a Coke Zero. And the Coke Zero cost €5. €5 for a Coke Zero.
For a Diddy one.
Yeah, it's not even big as well. It comes in a glass bottle, but that doesn't matter once you've poured it out. That's 10 pence. Everything is good though, because they bought us some cookies. They're nice. They're quite salty. That's nice, but yeah, I still cannot get over how expensive this Coke was. That's one of the best sounds when you're in the mountains, is the sound of the cowbells. As long as they're a nice distance away from you. But to be fair, the cows here seem to be a hell of a lot friendlier than the ones in the UK. I don't know why the ones in the UK are so angry, but they always are. You walk through a field of them, they'll swarm you immediately, whereas these, they leave you be. Size of that for an ant's nest. That is huge. You wouldn't want to take a break there, would you? Oh my word. They're on every tree stump basically. Have a look at this one. That one's pretty big, but not as big as the one we just seen. There's this cool structure too. I don't know what they built it out of. It's like leaves and sticks and stuff. River crossing and a little waterfall can mean only one thing. Whew. That is nice. Look at the size of that boulder that's just got lodged there. That's Indiana Jones style. That is huge. Could you imagine if it just went and it just started tumbling down there? I'd quite like to see that, to be honest. And that is us at the highest point of the day. 1930, and we've come out of the woods and we're treated to that view. That is spectacular. It looks as well like there's some sort of hut down there or some sort of building, and I think that's where the pass is for the cars. So we'll head down that way now, and I'm really hoping they serve some food and drink, because a beer after that climb would hit the spot. But wow, that is all I can say. Look at that view again. That's unbelievable. Well done, Jess. That's the top. We're heading down. Oh, well done. There's only one way to celebrate getting to the top, and that's with strawberries. That's so good.
Oh wow. see.
These strawberry laces is how I bribed Jess to the top of this hill. I said we could have them once we got to the top, and here we are. That's so funny, we've just passed some people who it turns out we saw them where we were having that coffee earlier, and they were Scottish, but I didn't recognise it was them. I've walked past, I've said ciao to them, they've said buongiorno to me, and then Jess just goes, oh, they were those Scottish people from earlier, and neither of us had realised. This is the current situation. Got a beer, and that's the view. It's beer Messina. I've never heard of it, apparently it's from Sicily, but it's really nice. Probably the nicest beer I've had from Italy. I'd say Tops Moretti. And we've worked out a way we can revise the route, which takes away sort of going down and then back uphill, so it should be a lot flatter all the way back, which is nice, and still meets the road at some point, so if we decide we just want to get the bus, then we can. But this is a good stop, isn't it, Jess? On our way to Lake Misurina now. We still need to get some cash from an ATM because I'm hoping they don't need that to check in. But on our way to Lake Misurina, we'll find the campsite, we'll dump our bags and get the tent up, and then the plan is to go swim in the lake, which is going to be amazing. I hope it's sort of cold enough that it's really refreshing, but not so cold that you can't feel your hands and feet, and I think it's probably going to be so cold you can't feel your hands and feet given how high it is, but I can't wait. We have arrived at Lake Misurina. It's quite windy up here. I don't know how, because only about 100 metres below there seems to be no wind, and as soon as we've got to the lake there's a lot of wind. Also, I'm not entirely sure whether I want to have a swim in it. Don't get me wrong, it's nice, but as you can see it's like, it's that sort of lake with a lot of stuff growing underneath and what looks like a lot of duck poo. So I don't know if I fancy a swim in there, but for now it's nice to be here. We're about 10 minutes from the campsite, we're just going into Spa now to get a few supplies, and we'll update you at the campsite. It's not all sunshine and rainbows at the minute. We're sat in a car park reserving this space because Chappers is coming with his camper van very shortly, and it's basically the last spot in the car park, and we've already checked the campsite. There's no room there, so we wouldn't have been able to do that. What we're going to do is we're reserving this spot now. He's going to park his van up here. This is where we'll stay tonight. I think it's like 20 quid for the night. It's very basic. It's like a car park basically, specifically for campers. And then tomorrow morning we're getting up super early to go do the Cardini di Misurina and the Trecime walk, which is sort of down the road that way, but there's a toll that shuts at about 8 because I think only 30 cars or something can actually go up it. So yeah, it's going to be an early start tomorrow whilst we do that. But for now, we're just waiting for Chappers with his van. Jess is having to tell someone that they can't have the spot because we're reserving it, and we've had to do that a few times now.
How are you doing?
Oh, good, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey mate, how are you? And that is the van parked up for the night. That's where we're staying. We're gonna head down to the lake now and get a beer. Gonna introduce Chappers to the vlog. Here we go. This is dinner tonight. We've got couscous, ham, salami, cheese, cashews, pepper, garlic granules, tomatoes. Right, let's see.
I remember I was so excited when I went before. And now on 10.
Been at home, remember then?
There's a lot of packing going on right now because we've got a very early start in the morning. I think we're going to get up and try to get off by about 5 o'clock because we're heading up to Trecime and Cardini di Misurina. So we've got everything out now, getting everything ready so that in the morning we can literally just set off straight away. To be fair, we can sort some stuff once we're in the car park at the top, but given how early it's going to be, it'd be quite nice to just get everything done so that we don't have to do anything in the morning. But that just means admin now. That's what we're doing. So sign the vlog off there for tonight, and then we'll see you in the morning. Alright, that is us awake. It's 5 to 5. It's a clear morning. You can still hear the cowbells, and we're about to set off to the toll road. So it's a 20-minute drive to the top, or to where we're going to park. I don't know how far along that the toll is, but We've seen a couple of cars go past, that's it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to get up there. I really hope we don't have to walk right now. Right, we can see the toll now. We're coming up to it. I'm going to have to get out of the window for this one. Oh. Collect the ticket. And we're through. There we go.
There's other people waiting there, isn't there?
There's our ticket. And we can now drive up to the Refugio, which saves us the walk. And it means we'll also be up there for sunrise, which I'm pretty excited about. It's worrying me how many people are over there already. You probably can't see them on the screen because they're so small, but there's a lot of people who I imagine are all just queuing for the viewpoint, and the sun's up, but up here it's still not come from behind the mountains yet. So hoping that like those people kind of clear out by the time we get there, fingers crossed, because there's not actually anyone behind us, and ideally I'd quite like to faff about with my drone a bit up there. So yeah, let's hope it's not too busy when we get there, but I guess you can never expect to have something like that to yourself. This is absolutely insane. Look at this. I've been wanting to see this view for so long as well. That's unbelievable. That's like the little walkway that everyone sort of runs along and flies the drone over, which we've just done, but I don't think my shots were very good. We are feeling pretty smug that we got up early this morning now, because the viewpoint that we went to earlier is just totally in the clouds. Could you imagine if we'd got up, come all the way here and that was what we'd seen? I'd have been gutted. Yeah, if you're planning on coming to the Dolomites, I would definitely recommend getting here early, because there are so many cars now. I mean, there's still cars coming through, so the toll road probably is still open, and it's 8:15 now, so I don't know how much truth there is in that. But if you want to feel like you've got the place, not to yourself, but at least being a little bit quiet, then it's definitely worth getting up early for, because I am a bit worried now just how busy it's going to be today. But I think because the loop around Trecime, I keep saying both, I need to find out how to say it. The loop around there anyway is about 10k, so I'd hope that people will be nicely spaced out around it. So yeah, but that's the plan now. I think it should take us maybe 3 or 4 hours. We'll get back here around lunchtime, and then this afternoon we're going to try and find a lake to go swimming. We were hoping to do it yesterday, but Laguna Arena it just didn't appeal to us to swim in it. Like, it just didn't look the cleanest, so we're going to try and find somewhere that's like turquoise blue today, and then after that it's the Oros final. So we've got a really busy day, and I'm all here for it. Listen to that, there's loads of cows next to the path. Hello. Alpine cows are massive. They're so much more friendly though. Walking through a field in England full of cows is scary, but here it's just so nice. And we've come round now on the Trecime walk, and look at the size of these peaks. Just towering over us on the path. They're absolutely immense. It makes you feel so small. Ooh, these two are having a tussle. To give them a bit of space. Let's give them a bit of space because they are having a fight. Check this for a trim. He's got it high and tight, cropped at the front. Little toupee. It actually looks like a wig. So we can see Refugio Locatelli in the distance, and then the path kind of zigzags up the hill on its way to it. So that's where we're heading now. I think the plan will be to get a coffee over there with Tracy May's view, though the clouds are hanging over it at the minute, so it'd be nice if that clears up. And that is the uphill basically done. We've come from right the way down there and now basically just walk across this slight incline but pretty much flat ledge in the mountain, which is going to be really nice. I think it's probably going to take about an hour to get back to the hut where we started the route. So when we get back there, a nice cold can of Coke or beer will go down a treat. But because we've got up so early, it feels like it's the middle of the afternoon and it's actually only just gone 10 o'clock. But it means we've got the rest of the day to do whatever we want. And to be honest, we'll probably want a nap as well before the football tonight, given that we got up so early. So we've arrived at the next refugio. The plan is to get a nice cold Diet Coke and hopefully some chips, which would absolutely slap right now. Quite busy though, it's really busy now, generally. And to be honest, I'm glad we went around the route that we did, because I think it would have been busy all the way around if we did that, because when we left everyone was heading that way, whereas we went the opposite way, which means now it's really busy. But for the first half we had so many of the trails where they were really quiet, which was so nice. But for now though, we're going to stop, hopefully get some food and a drink, definitely a Coke, but yeah, some chips would go down a treat. 2 more expensive Coke Zeros, only €4 though this time, but that is more than worth it after that walk. They're so cold as well. Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, that's good. That is really good. Nothing quite hits the spot after a long walk like a Diet Coke. We're back in the van, and now we need to hatch a plan for what we do for the rest of the day. We fancy a swim somewhere, but trying to find a lake that's appealing enough to swim in is the challenge that we face at the moment. So we're going to have a look for a few, and hopefully we'll catch you at a nice lake. Nice, we got charged only €30 rather than 45, so it's a bonus. And look at the queue for the cars coming in. So maybe they don't shut the gate off, but this is just never ending. I don't want to know how long they'd be queuing for. You can't park there! Oh, there was a car that had parked on the verge, it just tipped in almost into the lake.
Some hire car, that is.
Hire car?
Yeah.
Oh, that is not fun. Made it to Lago di Landro, and it is lovely. It's a turquoise blue alpine lake with the most insane mountain views. It is freezing, and the bottom of the water is like this weird, almost like wet clay feel. It kind of sticks to the bottom of your foot, and it's really uneven. You just see, I just dropped down loads then, but it is really cold. Oh, again, it's not very deep either, so I'm out relatively far, but I'm still waist height. Right, let's get in. That is freezing. Oh, look at that for a view. Made it to the campsite and we managed to get the very last spot. We were a bit nervous because the one that we stayed at a few nights ago was already full, and I came here, there was a bit of a queue, there was campers getting in, and then yeah, literally got the very last spot. So here we are, Trappers is just on his way with the camper now, and then we'll get set up. I think the plan now is probably have a quick nap, get sorted for tonight, have a shower and everything, head out for some food, and then watch the RS final. Go on England. We've had a nap, we've had some food, and now we're ready for the football. We're walking to a bar now. We saw some English lads at the restaurant, so we asked them where they were watching it so that we don't have a repeat of what happened in Bolzano, where I was literally the only English person there with a load of Dutch. So we're on our way there now. Fingers crossed we'll get a table, but apparently it's quite a small place but with a big TV, so hopefully the atmosphere should be good. But nervous now. We've got half an hour till kick-off. Oh my god, shitting myself. Go on England. That's a proper German beer. That's literally like an ice cream. Look at the size of the head on it. They've just spent about 5 minutes pouring them because they poured them from about 2 metres up, just watching them bubble over.
Sorry.
Can we do mine? Cheers. Cheers. That was just pure head. Here's the Saints for the football. We've not managed to get a seat. It's busy in here, but I'm just glad we're getting to watch it. Wasn't meant to be. 2-1 Spain. We'll go again another year. Just come back to the camper van now. No celebrations tonight, unfortunately. So we'll see you in the morning. Plan tomorrow is Lago di Brais, which is a nice lake north of where we are at the minute. But that'll be more fun than this evening, I think. Shame that couldn't top off what was already a very, very good day, but it is what it is. So yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Good afternoon. It's been a slow start to the morning today. We're heading to Lago di Brais, but it's 1:45 now. We've not done a right lot this morning. We've basically moved from one campsite to the next because yesterday they were basically all fully booked, so we thought we'd get in there early. So got the tent set up again for tonight. Chaps are still joining us with the van, and now the plan is basically we've parked up and we need to go get a shuttle bus from this car park towards the lake. Because we booked on the day though, it means all the other tickets you get vouchers and stuff for the restaurants and cafes and that by the lake, but we were too late for that unfortunately. So we're heading to the bus stop now. We'll get on there and I'll show you some views of the lake. We have arrived at Lago di Brais and it is very, very busy. This is what everything had said online, to be fair. Don't get me wrong, the lake is really pretty, but so far it has just been far too busy to enjoy it. So we're walking to the other side of the lake now. I hope it's a little bit quieter over there. We're on the hunt now for somewhere to put the hammock up. We're on the far side of the lake, so that hotel over there is where we were before, and to be honest it's got loads quieter over here, which is nice. I can't believe how busy it was over there, but yeah, we're looking for somewhere to put the hammock up and then we'll go for a dip, which is going to be really nice because it is still quite warm. The spot has been acquired. We've got the beach to ourselves, hammocks up there, and look at that for a view. That is unbelievable. Now that is cold. That is so nice. It's really deep, the lake as well. It drops off instantly. I'm trying to swim with one hand. Well, that was a lovely swim. We had this little beach totally to ourselves. We put the hammock up in that tree, and to be honest it's quietened down so much now. It was so busy earlier and quite unpleasant, but now it's quietened down loads. The last shuttle bus is in about an hour, so we're just setting off to walk back there now to make sure that we get there in time. It'd be nice to have got the drone up, but my phone is literally about to die, and I've got a portable charger with me but not the cable, which is quite annoying, so unfortunately there will be no drone footage here. But main priority now is make sure we don't miss that shuttle bus back to the car, because if we do, it is an extra 5k or 6k or something, which to be honest I'd rather not do right now. So yeah, heading back there now, and then I think the plan this evening is just head back to the campsite, cook some food, and then probably have an early night after a later one yesterday after the football. So yeah, that's the plan. If you come into Lago di Brais, I would say make sure you come late on in the day, because this last hour there's a fraction of the people as compared to what there was earlier, and also make sure you walk all the way to the other side of the lake before you kind of stop and take it all in, because there's way less people out there as well. Like, it is unbelievably busy and it kind of takes away from it if you stay at this side, but at the other side it's just so much nicer. This is definitely the best meal we've cooked since we've been here. We've got a burger, potatoes, another half a burger, some sort of pasta salad thing, and then a bit of salad. And I'm really looking forward to this. They didn't have any buns in the supermarket though, which is annoying, so that's why I've not got a bun with a burger. But anyway, I'm still looking forward to digging in. Good morning, final day in the mountains. We are on our way back to Ortazai today. Currently going up the hairpin bends back to Paso Falzarego, which is the pass where me and Jess were stranded in the rain a few days ago. So it's sunny this morning and everything looks a lot different. See the mountains up there? So we've got about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive today to get to Ortazai. Plan is when we get there we'll go up the cable car to Cicada, do a bit of a walk. I'm hoping we see some marmots. We were speaking to some lads at the bar where we were watching the football the other day, and they said they saw a couple up there, so if we see some marmots that'd be amazing. And then yeah, we'll walk down back into Ortazai, drive from there to Trento, get a train from Trento to Verona, and then we'll have a bit of a city day tomorrow before our flight, because our flight's not till later on in the evening, so that's the plan. Parked up in Ortazai, now we're walking to the cable car. We're going to head up the lift to Cicada, and then I think what we'll do... Jess has just dropped her hat. Thank you! Yeah, we're going to head up the lift to Cicada, do a walk up there and then head back down on the lift. It's a bit more expensive to do it that way, but to be honest, we've not got a load of time, and so we don't really want to be rushed. Just see the cable car over the top of that building. It looks pretty high. Neither of us have got jackets though, so I'm hoping we're not going to be too cold when we get up there. That's us off the gondola, and now we've got to get a chairlift up to the next point. Oh, in fact, it's another gondola. And the couple who were on there with us thought they had to stay on, they were about to go back down, but we're now off for another one, and this one goes really high. It's a bit of a queue, so we'll get in this and then head up. We're up at Cicada now, and look at this review. That is absolutely unbelievable. It's just massive, and you can't see it right now, but for a lot of the time I've been up here, the clouds sort of form just after the ridge, and so on that left hand side it's just like a stream of clouds, or it has been. Though I did have a nervy moment when I was flying my drone. When I first took it off, it didn't seem to want to go up, and it started sort of spinning a little, so I had to grab it out of the air, and the propellers just cut my arm open, but I eventually got it up. I don't know what was happening with it, but yeah, I got some good shots, so I'll pop them in now. But this is just unbelievable. All week we've been looking for these wooden chairs to sit on. Right at the end of the holiday we found them, and we found them at a restaurant that serves a tiramisu. And look at that. That is a thing of beauty. Ooh. Look at that cream. That's cool. Well, I've absolutely smashed through that. That took me about 3 minutes to eat, I reckon. That was really good though. There's big queues again to get down this gondola. Don't know if we're going to get on the first one. It's coming now, let's see. Just about made it. Jess is just testing if she can drop my pole through the gaps. Luckily for me it won't go through. And that is us out of the mountains and heading to Trento. We're about half an hour away now. get on the train there, and we'll be on our way to Verona. So it's sad to be out of the mountains, but it'd be nice to be in the city, I suppose, for a day, explore somewhere new, so that'll be good. Change of scenery. So almost there now, get the train over and we'll be in Verona for this evening. So we'll head out for some food as well, which will be good. So we'll see you there. Just about to head out into Verona now, and honestly you should see the state of us. I've got the same clothes I've had on all week. Jess, to be fair, is looking alright, but she looks like a mum apparently, but a minute ago she looked even more like one because she had this pink top on and it did look a bit ridiculous. But anyway, I'm going to sign the vlog off there because you came for mountain views. I've given you mountain views, you didn't come for city views. So like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.